Quote, "To befriend the world is wisdom, and wisdom is not inconstant like the flower that blossoms and fades." Meaning of the quote. At first glance, the quote contrasts two things: wisdom, which is enduring; the flower, a symbol of beauty and charm that is short-lived. The flower is a metaphor for transient pleasures or surface-level intelligence, things that may seem appealing but don't last. Wisdom, on the other hand, is rooted, much like a tree that withstands seasons, storms, and sunshine alike. To befriend the world means embracing life in its totality, not just the parts we like. It means developing a deep understanding of how life works, with all its imperfections, and still choosing to approach it with care, empathy, and patience. It's a call to replace resistance with receptivity, judgment with compassion, and isolation with connection. This friendship with the world is not naive, it's the fruit of understanding. Spiritual perspective. From a spiritual view, this quote speaks to alignment with the deeper rhythms of existence. Wisdom here is not just cleverness or intellect. It is awareness. It's the quiet realization that everything is interconnected, that the world is not other, it is a mirror, a teacher, a companion on the path. To befriend the world is to surrender the illusion of separation and begin to live in harmony with the flow of life. This includes accepting joy and sorrow, embracing both stillness and movement, learning from every experience, even the painful ones, instead of fighting against them. It is about choosing inner peace over control, and presence over reaction. The flower here could represent fleeting things, status, appearance, temporary wins. In contrast, wisdom is like the sky, it holds everything without clinging to anything. Scientific perspective. From a scientific standpoint, we can relate this quote to psychology, neuroscience, and biology. Emotional intelligence and resilience studies show that people who demonstrate emotional intelligence, empathy, self-awareness, and emotional regulation tend to build better relationships and navigate challenges more effectively. This capacity is a form of wisdom. Unlike short bursts of excitement or success, the flower, emotional intelligence is a long-lasting trait that helps people thrive in varied environments. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt over time, called neuroplasticity, allows us to learn, grow, and even rewire unhelpful patterns. The choice to befriend the world, to embrace rather than resist, is literally something we can train our brains to do. Biology and cooperation in nature, mutualism, when different species benefit from working together, often leads to greater evolutionary success. This shows that cooperation is often more sustainable than competition, echoing the wisdom of befriending the world rather than battling it. Let's bring this wisdom to life through a short story. In a quiet village nestled between mountains and rivers, lived an old woman known for her serenity. People called her the mountain's whisperer, for her words carried the stillness of the peaks. One day, a troubled traveler arrived at her door. His heart was heavy from betrayal, injustice, and the bitterness of the world. "I have tried to fix the world," he said. "I've fought it, judged it, tried to rise above it, but it keeps dragging me down." The old woman served him tea and said nothing for a while. Then she pointed to a river outside her hut. "Do you see that river?" she asked. "It flows through dirt, rocks, and thorns. It never stops to argue. It simply flows, and in its flowing, it smooths even the roughest stones. Are you saying I should give up?" he asked. "No," she smiled. "I'm saying you should stop fighting the water and start swimming with it. Befriend the world, and you'll find your own peace within it. That is wisdom, not flashy or loud, but deep and enduring." Years passed. The man stayed in the village. He began planting trees, mentoring children, and smiling more. He had found something that didn't fade like the flower. He had found wisdom. Application in daily life. Here are ways this quote applies to real, everyday experiences. In conflict, instead of trying to win an argument, pause and ask, can I listen with curiosity instead of judgment? Wisdom isn't always about having the last word. It's often about knowing when to stay silent, when to speak, and when to simply understand. In disappointment, when life doesn't go your way, job loss, heartbreak, illness, wisdom reminds us, everything is part of the whole. What is life teaching me through this? Befriending the world means trusting its timing, not just celebrating its gifts. In fast-paced environments, modern life moves quickly. Social media trends, news cycles, and external pressures can make us feel we must always keep up. But the flower fades. Wisdom tells us to slow down, reflect, and act from depth, not impulse. In relationships, whether with friends, family, or co-workers, wisdom means choosing compassion over ego, forgiveness over pride, and authentic connection over surface-level approval. To befriend the world is not to surrender to it, but to dance with it. It's to live in harmony with its seasons, its messiness, its beauty, and its mystery. Wisdom isn't loud. It doesn't flash like lightning. It glows, quietly, consistently, like a lantern that doesn't burn out. Thank you for joining this exploration of wisdom. If this message resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe for more insights into timeless truths. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step, and every great idea begins with a strong foundation. See you in the next episode.